What's up, Montreal Osaka? Let's take a look at this Void Spirit mid replay analysis. So you're against Invoker. Decent matchup. The lane is like okay, and then like the game it's pretty good. Invoker does not like people getting on top of him and bursting him. Starting items seem fine. Block's pretty important, so I think it's good that you're like positioning for the block. I'm gonna take a look at your comments after, just because I feel like I will remember. Like I don't always remember like what's going on. Oh god, I do not like this. I actually think it's better to like get these two free CS. Like if you right click this down, their creep, and then you'll get the last hit, and then you deny yours. And then at that point, there will be 3-on-3, and the next creep will die faster, and then you can go get this. And if somebody else gets it in the meantime, like, fuck it, dude. Like, I don't know. That kind of sucks. You got the XP, which is fine. Okay, that was reasonable. Nice. Okay, so you just missed the 1 CS. I feel like you could have done that without missing the 1 CS. It's kind of a weird situation, so I don't expect you... I don't blame you for like not reacting perfectly. It's kind of weird. Good lane push right now. So I think what a good player would do here, like I've been watching some speed Dota videos, and what he will do here is he goes and blocks his next wave. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, well, hold on. What happened here? Okay, so we push this lane. Sorry, I totally screwed up. Here. Go block your next wave. If you go block the next wave, instead of meeting here on their cliff, we'll meet like in the middle or even on your cliff if you get a good block off. So you can watch Speed's most recent videos and he'll do this. It actually just works. So like here, instead of meeting on his cliff, if you've been blocking the whole time, it would have met like back here. So that's what you should do in that situation where you can't like go under his tower, right? You didn't really have the resources to like harass. You're kind of just waiting to like get your bottle. If you had blocked there, that would have been really good. That's what the like super high MMR plays at this, like at least in this mid meta, that's kind of what it seems like. Like he does it a lot. Like if you watch his channel and like watch his mid videos, and I think it's just really good to like. It's just how do you reposition the lane in your favor, right? How do you get it on your hill? And it's super good. That's kind of weird. Hold on, what's happening here? So you pull aggro. I don't think this is good because you don't have a way to secure the range creep. He's kind of like tanking it, so it doesn't matter. But if he didn't tank, you wouldn't have a way to secure that range creep. And now again, you're not paying attention, and this is going to be a free deny for him, and you're going to be out of XP range, which is just not good. You're like effectively ceding the CS. Especially with your bottle on the way here, I just don't think this is necessary. And the timing relative, so the rune spawning, and yeah, the other reason this isn't good is because the rune spawning, right? And you want to be able to go get it. I guess it's not super urgent to go get it right away, but like now you have to deal with these 3 creeps. And like just say, for example, that like their pause 4 like came into this top rune. And then this invoker runs to the bottom rune, like right now. Like, what can you do? You can't do anything. It's not common that, like, somebody's going to show up to the 2-minute rune. But, like, it can happen, and you just set yourself to be punished. Wow, he didn't even get the deny. So he didn't really even punish you for this. You are going to get your rune. But I think that's kind of luck more than anything. So I think you just don't draw aggro there. And, like... the creeps don't go as fast, and then that's like the creeps wouldn't die because you wouldn't have pulled aggro, or like they would have still been attacking the other range creeps or melee creeps, sorry, and then you would have had more time to like go get the rune and like not fuck up here. What is this? So you just walk. This is good pressure from him. I'm not a Void Spirit player. or really a mid player. So like I think I would make this mistake too. I think the better players would like recognize that like what is this guy going to do to you if he threatens you, right? Like he's going to like EMP you. So I think you just have to walk around top. But like I myself wouldn't have like thought to do that. So I don't really blame you for not thinking to do that. But if you want to be a really high level mid player, you have to be thinking like, how is this guy like going to harass me? Like what is he going to do? Kind of a weird Q there. What was the point of that? This mana is so important on this hero. I have no idea what that was. That's kind of weird. I don't think that was good. But I don't know, maybe you had some reasoning for it, or maybe you just misclicked? I really don't know what that was. Yeah, I can't really stop him from doing that for the Quas Wex. I would assume that like if he's going Quas Wex, I'm not 100% sure on this, but like your skill build should have been an earlier point in W, literally just to dodge the EMP. I think that's how you have to deal with this matchup, because you've got an EMP like 3 times now, and I think you just have to skill W, maybe at level like 2, just to not get EMP'd. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe you like check out a Topson mid Void Spirit versus Invoker. I'm sure you can find one and like see how he handles that. Okay, CS thing's not perfect, but that's okay. It's life. Tango. Did you like? Are you missing creeps here? What's happening? So you get this. Oh no, he's just tanking them. Okay, all right. I thought you were like missing creeps for this, but you were not. This is fine. What are you doing? Oh, so you're just getting the other rune. Just camera-wise, I think it's important to like see what's happening here, because like you can't even see it, but like if your camera was just here, like I don't know, you could like you could like see that these creeps are about to get low, and you could like walk over and like get a quick E on them, and like those creeps are dying at the same time. You could use like 1 E to get like 2 creeps, and like you just weren't even looking. So there's where the point in W comes in handy. Okay. Courier griefing your backpacking. Bummer. I think you're not putting enough pressure on this guy, like right-click wise. Like I think you can just right-click this guy in this situation. And again, I'm not a high-level mid player, so like, but this is what I see. Like if you watch high-level mid players, like they'll just right-click. Like right here, this guy's not respecting you, and you just right-click him. Like right, you have your W. He cannot EMP you. He actually doesn't even have the mana. So there's no reason to not just be super aggressive on this guy. Like just hit him 3 times, right? Just hit him. Hit a like attack move, you know, attack and then move during the like the backswing or whatever. Just do it like you just hit him like 3 times there, and like it's, you know, you're trading with a Quas Invoker. It's not like amazing, but like these things just like it just puts pressure. Like they're like, I can't do like what I want to do when they do that. I don't think buying 2 nulls is the build. Null Talismans just kind of suck now. And I just don't think 2 nulls and wand is the build. Let me just check real quick. I'll pull up Dota 2 Pro Tracker. And we'll check, because I don't want to give you wrong information, but I don't think people do this anymore. Yeah, 1 null, wand, if you need it. Sometimes people even skip wand. On this hero, it's really good. Like, you can skip wand on some heroes mid if, like, because of the runes. That's kind of how it works. So they're not casting a lot of spells. But, like, one null, wand, Witchblade, I'm pretty sure is the build. This guy got no nulls, 1 null, shadow amulet, and no items. That's fun. A lot of no nulls. Like some people are going no nulls, and nobody's going 2. So this is just not the build anymore. So just something for you to update your like kind of priors on. I know this is like the old build. You just can't waste this much gold. It's just better to get your Witchblade sooner. Like get your boots, get your Witchblade sooner. Yeah. I don't like that you're just not checking and seeing what's happening in the lane. You bought more tangos. Wait, do you have these tangos already? No, you bought more Tangos, which I think is like unnecessary. Your problem is like mana regen. This guy's not harassing you heavily, and you're gonna get more runes. Okay, so this is like good pressure to clear the wave. I don't mind that at all. You're kind of hoping you're gonna get a rune here. You should buy another Observer Ward and bring it out. You're gonna rotate. You're really low resources. This is kind of is this gonna work? You're just really low resources. The enemy puts down like a giga cool scan. Nice. I think he's gonna die. Alright, well, this ends up working out. Oh, Dazzle is still there. That's funny. Uh-oh. That was okay. You're just really low mana. But this actually worked out really well for you because the Invoker TP'd bottom. Like, Invoker griefed himself. You should have just pushed your tower with the Alive Catapult. So again, they're just not punishing you very well for like these, like, I think slight suboptimal play. I'm not going to call them misplays. Like, I don't think it's bad what you did. I just don't think it's quite optimal. You're flying out more clarities, but this is not good. In this situation, specifically here, I think you just walked to base here. I don't even think you stick around and kill this catapult, right? Invoker was bottom. Like, maybe he's walking back mid. I mean, we know for a fact that he is because he goes on you in a second, but, like, you don't know that, right? But I think here you just have to walk base. I actually think that your TP mid might have not even been good because you need to go base. Like, in this situation before you TP'd, like, you needed to go base. Like, you cannot... Unless you're not close to an 8-minute lucky regen rune, you're too low. You have no mana regen now. Flying out mana regen is not going to be enough. Like, you're not going to be effective on the map with just clarities from this point forward for, like... I mean, this is 640. We'll see when you make your next, like, aggressive play. Well, let's just see. Because you're clearing this. Stick around. You're using mana to farm, even though you don't have mana. You have 0 aggressive potential because you're sitting mid with no mana. Remember, 640 when you could have come back to base. 1 clarity. You kind of go on that guy, but you don't have the mana to follow up and, like, actually make it worth it. You're still low mana. It's been like 2 minutes. It was 640, remember. You're walking bottom with the haste. So yeah, it was 2 full minutes where you were not even capable of being aggressive. And that's just because you didn't go back to base and regen your mana. After these like plays where you use all your mana, you just have to go to base. So like if you want to TP mid, I don't think you can even TP mid when you did, because you're gonna have to go back to base anyways. So I think you have to TP base and then walk out, and like, yeah, maybe you missed that one wave that was there, but like Invoker wasn't there to push it anyways. And then at least you have mana, right? And then you would have had full mana at like 7:10 or 7:15, and you like, and then that Invoker that came back to lane, you could have tried to kill him or something, right? Instead of not being able to do anything until 8:40. So you got the haste and you made the rotation. I think that's fine, like given that it happened how it did. But ideally, I think you just would have gone back to base earlier. Probably good to be carrying dust. I don't mind the phase boots. They've got a lot of like squishy heroes where if you get on top of them, you can like kind of chase them down. It's really strong. And you're going. The only problem is it's going to be late because you got these nulls. You just can't get 2 nulls. So the problem is your items are going to be late. Another lucky rune. I need to see you go back to base again here. You're too low. You are too low, my friend. You don't even have mana to like farm this. What are you doing? Okay, so you do go back to base. You just farm that slow. If you're gonna farm that and then go base, use your mana as soon as you had it to like kill the camp, and then just kill it faster and then go base. I don't mind you going base here. Like I said, I wanted you to go base. So this is good. You're gonna TP mid, right? Yeah, you have to TP mid here. Yeah, it's fine. You didn't have this. You didn't have another choice. Okay, so you go for the aggression. It's okay. Let's see. Could we have predicted that this would not work? I'm not sure. I don't know enough about the Void Spirit hero to like know. Like I don't know because I'm not a Void Spirit player. If you kill him with your current resource set, you don't have dust, so I'm pretty sure if he invis, he just gets away anyways. But like, maybe if you had your second step. You landed your full combo, and he still had 330 HP, so maybe it's just a learning experience for you. You're just not quite strong enough. Even with phase double null, your wand in your backpack and your tank. That's kind of weird, but that wouldn't have made a difference. So it's like it's like things like this, right? I'm not a mid player, so I didn't know that was gonna work, and I don't mind that you tried it, but like just learn for next time. You're like, yeah, I don't actually kill this invoker, even though he has no, he doesn't even have a raindrop, right? He had no defensive items, and you still just didn't quite kill him. Even if you had the second step, I don't think you killed him there. So just something for you to like note for yourself. Like, when can I be aggressive? Like, what, you know, you want to be able to think, like, if I use my full combo on this guy, does it kill them? Does it leave them like 200 HP? Like, whatever. These kinds of things are like kind of important to like have a handle on. I don't mind this too much. I'm glad you're getting out right after that, though. It's good that you didn't like hang around. Notice these tangos like were not useful. We used one. I just don't understand why you bought that second tango. I don't really like that you like walked away from a mid wave. Like this wave was here, and you just walked away. Like you needed to get away from Invoker hitting you, sure, but like I think you should have stuck around to clear it one more time. I mean, you get the kill on this guy, so that's okay. But like, what are you losing? You're losing 4 creeps. Okay, you lost 3 creeps and some free pressure on your tower. And like, what'll happen here is like, that's all you lost here. But like this, like walking away from mid can like lead to other mistakes, because like somebody else on your team could like show up mid when they could have been somewhere else, right? If I'm a support maybe and I see like creeps hitting our mid tower, like maybe I just TP in here when I rather would have been doing something else. So like that didn't happen here, but sometimes that can happen. Like you walking away from mid can like lead to other people making mistakes. So this is like decent. I don't mind that you're like hitting this mid tower. You have really good information, so. Okay. That's a little weird. So hopefully you play for the mid rune and then look to make another rotation after clearing mid. That's kind of what I would expect at this point. Your team's not really like playing up near you, so it's like you're moving around to like be aggressive. Nice, another rune. Another clarity might be nice. You need to buy a TP. You just bought those items. You need to bring out a TP or a clarity, which is like crazy. Bring out a clarity, dude. And a TP. You can't not have a TP. So they got the bottom tower already. So you're kind of just chilling, actually. It's pretty important that you backpack your like nulls and your like rope when you're bottling, especially if you're like not playing with clarities. All right, I don't really mind this though. Like there wasn't like a play to go make. I would be like trying to like keep my eye on what's happening top. Like you're not even looking at it. Like I'm looking at the mini map and I'm like seeing them like chase your sniper, and you're like, you haven't looked once. I'm not saying it would have been good to go there. I'm just saying that like you don't know because you weren't looking. Well, you didn't have a TP up, so I guess it didn't matter. But alright, so this goes pretty well. Nice. Like I didn't mind the mid pressure there. I just kind of wish you'd been looking at like what your team was doing. Another rune, fog. You're doing a good job checking the runes. You could be a little earlier, but you know, at least you're looking and getting them. So yeah, notice you have this Witchblade and it's like 1630. Like let's just look. Like 12-minute Witchblade, 13-minute Witchblade, 12-minute, 14, 9, 12, 10, 11, 12, 11, 15. So it's just a slow. This is what I predicted, right? Because of these double nulls. It's just going to be slow. And that's what it is. Especially with getting the phase boots as well. You hit a really high power spike when you get this item. And the earlier you get it, the better. Because like the passive or whatever is just... It just adds another spell to your combo, basically, and like helps like get those kills like on the Invoker that one time. So just think about like cutting out the nulls. I mean, you can see you have slot issues. You don't even have your wand in your inventory. Your team's fighting mid. Kind of like didn't show up very quickly. You push out mid. Tribal King in the same shrine. Yeah, I don't know about that. So either like what I would have done is I would have pushed this next wave out. Like if I saw this happening, like either you need to TP right away or you need to go push this wave out. Like what you did, like jungling and like waiting, this is kind of weird. If you're gonna like delay the TP, then just go push out the wave instead. Way better use of your time. Again, here there's a wave spawning. There's a wave right under the tower right now. You can see on the minimap coming in. You just go kill that, right? Like they're not gonna kill you. You see all their heroes. The rest are dead. So this is a free wave that you're missing bottom. Oh, now you're going to it, but you already missed it. You got 1 creep instead of all 4, and damage on their tower, right? If you kill that wave instantly, then you know it's like 100 damage, right? You got 4 creeps in the tower for a little bit, but then like it forces them to respond, right? As they're respawning, somebody needs to come down here. Could set up a kill opportunity, or like you could set up a kill opportunity somewhere else because like somebody TP down here. So just this lack of pressure is something like by you not pressuring, it causes like, you know, now nobody's had to come bottom on their team. Nobody felt like they need to come bottom, and maybe they don't come bottom anyways, right? I'm not saying they definitely will, but like you putting on more pressure can force that like mistake. Also, like it makes it a little bit better to like hang around bottom, which is kind of what you're doing, because like if somebody comes bottom, then you can go try and kill them. Like this, if this Drow come bottom sooner, you could have tried to kill her. BKB next, which I think is reasonable. This Night Stalker is going to be a problem for you. So your team kills the Drow. Kind of been off map for a while. Why did you run into your triangle here? This is what I'm a little confused about. So yeah, I don't think this is correct. I think like if you want to like farm over this way, this is okay. But like here, as soon as you kill this camp, like you need to keep playing aggressively. Like you guys have a big lead and you need to keep applying pressure. So you're not concerned enough about continuing to apply pressure. You need to run back this way and kill whatever moron is here. Your team does it, but you should have been here. 100%. Like you farming this jungle camp makes no sense to me. Actually just makes no sense. Like you can't take yourself off the map as a mid. You had enough mana, especially you hadn't used like any to farm that camp, and if you had been backpacking your items to like bottle and stuff, like you could have been here earlier. It's fine, you're here now. Just like a little late. Just a little late. And against better players, you'll get punished. This works out anyways, but the enemy team reacts as 5, like with the Night Stalker and the Dazzle. Like maybe your team loses that fight before you even get there. If you're not going to use this wand, you should just sell it. I would sell the Quelling Blade. I don't know what's going on here, but like you've had these items in your inventory like this forever, and I put the wand in your inventory and get rid of the Quelling. You probably sell the Tangos too. Just like poor item management. It's not super important, but you know, I feel like it matters. Walking bottom again is fine. So I like what you're doing on the map here. This is good. Now see this is good. You're like applying aggressive pressure and clearing these waves, and now you're like running straight to like where this fight is happening, and this was all really good. You know, like here, if this had been a bigger fight, you would have shown up in time to like have an impact, and it would have been really good. So it didn't end up turning into a huge fight, but I still like what you're doing. Is like makes sense. Wow, this is kind of nuts, but I guess that's how Void Spirit plays. It's pretty sick. Nice job. Kind of have to go for nuts plays like that. I'd go back bottom here. Clearing that wave is the next best thing, I guess. So you guys are like pressuring multiple towers. I guess because you're pressuring multiple towers at once, you didn't need to go back bottom. I didn't realize that's what was happening. It's a little greedy on your team's part, but I guess it's good that you like stuck around. Because they had tried to defend either one, you could have been there. So forget what I said earlier, you shouldn't have gone bottom. So this is like hanging around that like this is some low skill shit. And you can kind of prevent this from happening. So like you guys got the top tower, they glyphed. This is kind of like the signal, like if you watch high MMR games when this happens, like it's time to back off. Like they've indicated they want to defend this tower. You've used a decent amount of your stuff, and you can like go farm. You have a lot of space to go. You have the whole map to farm. So if you don't fight them right now, you're going to get a net worth lead because the whole map is your oyster. Plus you can take this. You can keep bottom pushed in. Like, you don't have to apply this pressure right now. And there's a lot you're going to miss if you like take a fight instead. Like, a fight right now is kind of like decent for them because you're not going to get anything else out of the map. And like they're around a tower, which gives them like extra damage, extra armor, whatever. So what you need to do is as soon as they glyph here, like, you know, I don't care if your team doesn't like recognize this, right? Like, you can recognize this. They glyph here. Like, I'm telling my team, I'm like, all right, let's chill, let's back up, let's go farm. Like, I'm walking bottom, like pushing this out and like doing this little farm rotation, and then you can like move back the other way, kind of like you did before. You like farm out this way, and then you can like farm back this way, and like then you guys can like pressure like this tier 2 bottom together, or like have their outpost, or like make a play to smoke into their triangle or something. You can like set up a better fight to happen later than this fight is right now. So that's what I mean by this is like low skill shit. This is just taking a fight that's not going to be advantageous, and they punish you for it. And if you say to your team like, hey, let's back up, and then you start walking bottom and they do this anyways, I don't care. Like, let them feed, and like in the meantime, at least you're like playing the right part of the map, keeping bottom pushed in, and like getting farm instead of like participating in this crazy shit. You lost 2 heroes and you're still here. What is happening, dude? Yeah, this is just so bad. You know, it's not 100% your fault, but like, you lost 2 heroes and you guys still lingered. I need you to like recognize when these situations are bad. Like, recognize when the engagement is over. So the glyph was point 1 where you should have recognized it. Point 2 is like right here. This is point 2. Point 2. Oh, we lost 2 heroes for free. Time to leave. Time to leave. You need to recognize these situations. You're just going to throw games where you're up 12k by playing like this. And if, like I said, if you go do the right thing, that's better. And your 2 teammates die, that's better than like, you know. Like, because basically what happens is they die anyways, and you didn't, but like, you didn't get anything out of this. Like, you would have gotten all this bot farm and jungle and tower pressure, and instead you got nothing because you were just hanging around here. So the same outcome would have happened, except you would have had like 1k more gold and like more map pressure applied, which prevents them from staying grouped for as long. So really, really big like throws here, kind of on your team's part, but like even just from you directly, you could have had like a big impact to like change what the course of like how that worked. Really mind this chase. You see the void, or you see the Night Stalker. I would have thrown out your Q there maybe, but you know, it's life. So I think you guys need to reset your lanes. You're Mars and your Sniper playing some Pepega parts of the map right now. Or if they want to take Roche, you can take Roche. I don't like this. I like this TP because somebody needed to do this, but like, oh man, it just sets you guys up to get punished. This is like a whole team mistake. Like, I think it's okay that you're pushing this out, but your team is just spread out so bad right now. This is so dangerous. Yeah, they're gonna punish your Sniper's a moron. Yeah, this whole is just some super low skill shit that's happening. Okay, so this kill doesn't work. What happens here is you need to immediately TP bottom. Like, if you want to TP bottom, you need to do it right now, because then you will have pushed this out before anything happens with these 2 morons up here. Like, they don't have time right now to like punish. And so what ends up happening here is basically your TP is late. Like, that's the mistake. You need to TP bottom sooner and push it out way faster. So if you have that urgency, this situation with the Sniper and the Mars doesn't happen. Because if you had TP'd immediately when I said, you'd be like here right now. You would have cleared this wave. You would have cleared the wave that's right here. Like, see on the top wave, there's like a wave right here. You'd be clearing that wave like right now. And then you'd be like reconnecting with your Sky and your Undying, and then the 3 of you can like look to connect with your teammates here, who are positioned very poorly, I admit. But your TP just needed to be faster, and that's how you can like, if you're playing faster, you'll be in time to like do this, which is good, and then still like connect back with your team. So this is just a really late TP from you and your team kind of like griefed by like doing what they were doing in the first place. But if you had done the right thing correctly faster, it still would have been okay. And instead it's not. Team just loses a big fight. So when this is happening, just keep pushing out. Like, the mistake's been made already. Like here. Wait, no. Earlier. So you're here, you're pushing. I think you need to keep pushing out. Like, you don't have a TP. You cannot go save these guys. Like, they need to be... There's just no danger sense happening. And, like, you just need to not try and overcorrect your teammates' mistakes. Like, I would just continue pushing out this lane. Or I'd be walking towards them, and as soon as they get caught, this jungling can't happen. You either need to be pushing this out, or you need to be reconnecting with your team. This is just lack of urgency again. Like, as soon as this happens, you just need to push lanes. Like, you see this, with your player perspective, you're looking at it. You see this, you just go push lanes. You're like, oh, my Mars is feeding mid. Okay, right? Try not to tilt, and just go push out bottom. Clear this wave, apply pressure. Your best case scenario is that they like come deal with you instead of like taking a tower Roshaning off this feed, right? So like he's feeding, what can you do? You apply pressure, trying to force a reaction from them so that they don't get something out of this like fuck up on your team. That's what you can do to like mitigate the losses from this play. Because instead you like do nothing, you walk to join, but it's too late, so you're not gonna have any impact here. And you waste a ton of time. You could have been pushing bottom. Yeah. Yeah, so you just lost like a minute there of like doing nothing. And like, you know, you didn't make the main mistake of like feeding like your team did, but like you're not capitalizing off your own team's mistakes, if that makes sense. You're like reacting poorly to your team's mistakes. This fight, I don't mind too much. You guys had good vision. You have the outpost so your team can TP in. So I think it's good now. Like, finally you guys have set up in an appropriate part of the map. So I'm expecting this to go well, and it does. It's kind of all it took, is like you guys just needed to be together, right? To like take advantage of this lead. So this is good now. But like all that other stuff is really important, because it's going to happen in your games where your team just makes like these super garbage plays. This is not a good TP. It's like an okay TP, because I like kind of like the idea behind it. But like you just need to be here in case they try and defend or buy back. Because this Rax should be a for sure thing. But like if you guys get this Rax, like you just need to be here and hang out. And if they like give this to you for free and then you guys back off, then you make this TP like ASAP. They can punish this TP. Like if they're patient and they don't feed in the meantime, which they don't. But like a better team can punish this TP. Especially because you don't have bots, right? Like you're not getting back to your team like anytime soon. Yeah, look, they glyph, they're delaying. So yeah, you're back here. But like if you had just been there the whole time, like your team could have been more aggressive about getting these like racks while they had like all their cores dead. So I just don't like that TP actually. Like I like the idea sort of, but like the timing was just off there. Like you needed to be as 5 so that you guys felt really strong about taking that rack. Like this rack should have died, and I think it didn't because you left. Like it's not your team's fault. Like they can't, like if you're not there, they can't commit super heavily. Like one buyback and they get fucked. So hopefully you see that. And then a situation where like you're pushing, but they had a bunch of heroes dead, so like it's okay to do it without Aegis. Now that your like map has been reset a little bit, I hope you guys are looking to take Roshan. Like that's what you should be doing. Like fixing the lanes, keeping top and mid pushed in, and then looking for Rosh. Looks like your Mars has started. Your sniper's just chilling. Yeah, you guys took too long to make this play. I guess it's fine if you're like sitting there if you're sitting here under this ward like playing on it. I guess it's okay. I don't know why your sniper's not hitting the Rosh. That's really weird. Well, like, your sniper's positioning is kind of bad, but it works out. It was like reasonable. I think all that was reasonable. Like staying around the triangle was good, as opposed to like leaving, right? Or like something, ditching that area would have been really bad. So I think what you did there was fine. Now your sniper's actually hitting Rosh, so you guys can take it. Alright. I'm gonna stop watching here. I think we covered a lot. Let me take a look at your comments real quick and make sure I addressed everything that you said. So you played well. There's something I could do better. You picked Void Spirit because the match against Invoker in mid is solid, and you want to jump Dazzle. I think that's all pretty reasonable. You said you maxed W because Invoker can dispel your shield, which makes sense. I think, as we talked about, you probably needed an earlier point in your W to dodge the EMP against a Quaswex Invoker. I assume that's how that matchup would work. Like I said, I'm not a mid player, so I'm not like an authoritative figure on mid skill builds in individual matchups, but I think that's how that would work. You didn't itemize or rotate early, but you were able to secure power runes. Yeah, we talked about that with the nulls. You just bought too many nulls, so your item timings were just too delayed. 0 or 1. You thought you needed to get BKB due to Night Stalker, BKB, Drow Silence, Invoker, Dazzle Hex. Yep, I agree. Thought about getting an early Orchid or Ags into the Dazzle to silence. Yeah, I don't think that's really necessary. Like, with your kit, you just kind of kill their heroes. Like, the Dazzle, the Drow, the Pugna, the Invoker, not the Night Stalker, but like all 4 of those heroes you kind of kill without needing any particular item. Like, okay, yeah, Dazzle can Grave, but like, you can't save everybody, right? I think your items are fine. Going this Kaya Sanj, I think, is fine. Like I said, I'm not a mid Void Spirit player, so I can't definitively say. Like, I don't have a good opinion, I don't think, on what the strongest item build would be in this given game. I think what you went is pretty reasonable to me. And yeah, you said, I feel like I could have baited spells better in fights. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't care too much about like the execution in fights. So I'm just not going to speak to that at all. I just don't feel like I'm qualified to, like, especially again as a mid hero. I don't know. I thought you played okay in fights and stuff. And I feel like I shoved lanes better in this game than the OD game for sure. And like I said, you were just a little late, like that one, like where you guys needed to back off mid, and you could have TP'd out sooner, or like, or that second time when you guys had like done that dive here, right? And then your Mars and Sniper were top, you needed to TP bottom immediately. So you did do better than the OD game for sure. And then it's just about like speeding it up, right? You want to be divine, you want to be immortal, like you got to do it fast. So that comes more with practice. And the thing is, like, it's okay if you don't do it immediately right, but how you get better at this is as soon as you realize that there's something you should have been doing, like, you just need to go do it right away, even if it's late. So, you know, the faster your brain starts thinking, like, the faster you'll do it in the first place. But, like, do the right thing, even if it's like delayed, if you think you know what it is. So hopefully you got a lot out of this. Kind of a cool replay. I think you played pretty well overall. And yeah, dude, hopefully you can take some of this stuff and really show some improvement and keep going forward.